BJP sweeps the Hindi heartland with a stunning victory in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. Congress finds some solace with a victory in Telangana but loses its toehold in the north before the 2024 Lok Sabha elections.
BJP defies predictions and trounces the Congress in Madhya Pradesh to claim a commanding majority. Will Shivraj Singh Chauhan return as the state's chief minister for a fifth time?
The Rajasthan's revolving door claims Ashok Gehlot and the Congress government. BJP romps home to victory with the comfortable majority. Will Vasundhara Raje's return as chief minister? The suspense continues.
BJP stuns the Congress in Chhattisgarh to reclaim power. Former Chief Minister Raman Singh registers a commanding victory and is likely to return to the helm.
KCR gets steamrolled in Telangana as Congress ousts the PRS government. Revant Reddy, who was the face of the Congress campaign, is likely to become the next chief minister.
मैं कहता था कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को अद्भुत जीत हासिल होगी। लोग कहते थे क्यों? मैं कहा मेरी नारी बहनाएं साथ हैं।
ये माननीय हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, जिनका मंत्र था ये सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास, ये उसकी जीत है।
केटीआर ने ट्विटर में वेलकम किया कांग्रेस पार्टी जीत को। मैं भी बीआरएस को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। ये स्पिरिट आगे सरकार चलाने में भी दिखाना है।
जनता ने उनके सारे मंत्रियों को नकारा है, पूरी सरकार को रिजेक्ट किया है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी को पूरा का पूरा आशीर्वाद और समर्थन दिया है।
Hello and welcome to our special show, Election Exchange. I'm Parikshit Luthra and with me is my colleague Archana Solanki.
Hi Parikshit and a warm good evening to our viewers. It's been a stellar victory for the BJP across the Hindi heartland while the Congress finds solace with just one victory in Telangana.
Yes, joining us on the program today, Yamini Iyer, President and Chief Executive of the Centre for Policy Research, Sandeep Shastri, National Coordinator, Lokniti Network, Meeta Chakraborty, Spokesperson of the Congress, Manojit Mandal, Political Analyst, and Tuhin Sinha, National Spokesperson of the BJP. Tuhin Sinha, what do you think really worked for the BJP in the Hindi heartland? This is an important victory for the Lok Sabha elections as well, but the BJP had to really put all its might, be it Madhya Pradesh, where you fielded some of your key ministers, union ministers, or Rajasthan for that matter, or Chhattisgarh. This election was a difficult, a close one also. Give us a sense of the importance and the significance. What really worked for the BJP?
Well, good evening, Parikshit. Good evening, everybody. We put our might in all the elections that we fight. So, you know, it's obvious that after being in power in Madhya Pradesh for 18 years, it by no means would it have been an easy elections, because normally in today's day and age, especially with Congress state governments, the anti-incumbency factor sets in 5 years. Here, after 18 years, we were in the fight. So obviously, you know, there is a strong pro-incumbency sentiment for the BJP, both in Madhya Pradesh and across the country because of Prime Minister Modi's dynamic and visionary leadership. When it comes to the two other states, which is Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, trust me, I have been very vocal about this. Somehow journalists have been late in catching this. There is an undercurrent of anger, animosity against the Congress party for three reasons. One, because of the way it facilitated the attacks on Sanatan Dharma by its partners, especially the DMK and certain elements within the Samajwadi Party and the RJD. Number two, the two states where they have managed to be in power in the last 2 years, Himachal Pradesh and Karnataka, people have seen how they have presided over financial anarchy by giving fake guarantees which are untenable to be executed on the ground. And number three, because of their duplicity, hypocrisy on a range of issues, especially when it comes to the Hindu society. For example, the caste survey. You know, Chhattisgarh and Karnataka governments apparently had done a caste survey, but it was an act it was basically a fudged up act. So they were not even prepared to make that public. Now, even after that, Rahul Gandhi went about his demands of caste survey. And I think, you know, more than anybody else, Akhilesh Yadav has been exposing the hypocrisy of the Congress party on these issues. So I think, you know, there was an undercurrent of anger against the Congress party because of the way they had been misleading the people. But yes, the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Modi and a range of leaders, you know, whether it is Shivraj Singh Chauhan in Madhya Pradesh or, you know, Himanta Biswa Sharma in Assam or Yogi Ji in Uttar Pradesh, all of that has built a brand, you know, a new brand BJP, which is in the game for the next 20 years.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Sinha, for weighing in. We'll let the Congress respond to that in a bit. But before that, let's go across to Manojit Mondal, who's a political analyst. Mr. Mondal, while Mr. Sinha cited the reasons why the BJP did so well, in your view, what happened to the Congress, the states that it was already ruling? Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh has emerged as a massive surprise. Nobody was expecting such a massive upset for the Congress party there. What do you think are the reasons?
No, I at the outset, I would like to congratulate all the winners of both the parties, BJP and Congress. Let them form a good government. And while I do so, I do understand that the Congress party needs to do more introspection, and I think they have a representative and should speak on behalf of the Congress party. From an India alliance perspective, there are brighter sides also to these elections. As you can understand, now from down south, I think BJP is completely out, and Congress is emerging as a big party, both in Karnataka and now in Telangana within the last 6 months or so. I think that's one of the brighter sides of the alliance that we are trying to stitch together. Apart from that, I think there would be reasons behind this defeat. Yes, as you are rightly pointing out, we are extremely surprised by the results in Chhattisgarh. Maybe there were some other current, there are other reasons. In fighting, obviously, in Rajasthan could be one of the reasons. I really don't know what went wrong in Rajasthan and in Madhya Pradesh. In Madhya Pradesh, you know that was quite obvious. Jyotiraditya Scindia perhaps became a factor. Probably in Chambal and Gwalior region, BJP is doing well because of the influence of the Scindia family. But that is the job that Congress needs to get right. But from an India alliance perspective, from the perspective of the political party that I at times represent, that is Trinamool Congress, I think there are brighter sides, like I pointed out. If you go down from West Bengal down to Kerala, and we are talking about 222 odd parliamentary election seats. There are 7-8 seats. I think BJP is relegated to merely 10 or 15 seats. I think that is the most interesting point that the India alliance now needs to take forward.
Right. Let me also get in Meeta Chakraborty of the Congress party. Meeta Chakraborty, losses there for the Congress party. And before we start the conversation with you, we'd like to show pictures from the BJP headquarters. I think Amit Shah, the Home Minister, has arrived at the party headquarters. The Prime Minister also set to arrive anytime soon. They will be addressing the party cadre there at the BJP headquarters. We'll be playing out those pictures very shortly. But Meeta Chakraborty, coming back to you, not a good day for the Congress party. Yes, a very important victory in Telangana. But what do you think, if there was one key theme which according to you went wrong in these three key battlegrounds, what would that be?
Good evening to all your viewers. Yes, the result, mainly in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, did surprise us. Our internal survey reports, as far as the external reports also done by different agencies, were clearly suggesting that Congress had a definitive edge both in Chhattisgarh and in Madhya Pradesh. And the fact that we lost both the states is a source of surprise for us. And we are going to have a closer look at the data. We are going to do our data analytics, and we are going to do a closer inspection and find out what exactly went wrong, what were the victory margins, and how did we lose, where we lost, and where we gained those seats in these two states, what were the major factors. Having said that, as far as Rajasthan is concerned, Rajasthan has always seen a revolving door. Every 5 years, we see a change in governance in Rajasthan. And the fact that Congress still managed to give up a fight, because a lot of agencies were suggesting that Congress will be completely decimated in the state of Rajasthan. It did not happen. When you have a majority figure of about 100, 101 seat, getting 71, it's definitely not a sign of decimation. And it shows that Ashok Gehlot was a popular chief minister. His welfare schemes were well taken by the people of Rajasthan, but still at the end of the day, majority of people in Rajasthan voted for a change, as they do normally every 5 years. So more than Rajasthan, I think it's a result in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, which are areas of concern. We, of course, are elated with the results in the state of Telangana. Bear in mind that even 6 months back, most of the media houses, pollsters, were not even willing to consider us as the principal opposition to the BRS government. We were, the fight was more a bipolar contest between the BRS and the BJP, which were claiming to be the principal challenger. From there, to rebuild the organization and to have such a decisive mandate in favor of Congress within such a short period of time, I would say well done to Telangana PCC as well as the AICC leadership and the combined leadership of AICC and the PCC.
Right.
So yes, we do wish the fact the south of India, in Tamil Nadu, we have an alliance government along with DMK. We have just formed the government in Karnataka. And we are now going to be forming a government in Telangana as well. So south of India is definitely BJP Mukt now. Though that has never been our principle. We do not want India to be mukt of any party. We are more inclusive. We claim to be liberal. So we do not want India to be BJP mukt. But having said that, I think there is a decisive mandate that South of India has given in favor of Congress and other regional parties. And we acknowledge that. Okay. Just now I was listening to the spokesperson of the BJP where he spoke about Sanatan Dharma. If you just 30 more seconds. I don't think any Congress leader or any official spokesperson of the Congress party had made any anti-Sanatan Dharma remark. So I think this entire narrative that is being played out in sections of media is very unfortunate and misleading. We have actually distanced ourselves from the remark that was made by a DMK leader, and we have said that we respect all religions. Our AICC General Secretary organization, Mr. K.C. Venugopal, had gone and made a categorical remark distancing our party from that statement. So to use that against the Congress party is extremely misleading and extremely unfortunate.
Right. Thank you for weighing in. As you spoke about the decisive mandate, let me get in Yamini Iyer, President and Chief Executive, Center for Policy Research. Yamini, the verdict that's come so far, there's a clear pattern. In 3 states, BJP is set to form the government. For the benefit of our viewers, do you think that there is one pattern that has emerged in these 3 states that's leading to BJP's victory? Is there one factor or two? Is it the Sanatan Dharma plus the welfare schemes? Is it a heady cocktail of the two? Or in some states, the welfare schemes have worked better. In other states, the Hindutva card has worked better. In other states, Prime Minister Modi's name has worked. What do you think are the reasons for these victories the BJP has managed to register in 3 of these very crucial states?
You've given me the toughest question because state elections are by definition local at one level, and the responses of the voter tend to be very locally specific, even though in 3 of these states it was really a bipolar contest between Congress and BJP. But if I were to step back and try and glean broad trends with the caveat of localness, I would say perhaps three things. I think the one big point, and the Congress spokesperson sort of alluded to that in her remarks as well, is that at the state level, the Congress is more competitive against regional parties and more competitive against in the southern parts of India than it clearly is, at least at this moment in time, in the Hindi belt. Having said, the second element is that the Congress and the BJP are collectively playing the same broad political consensus around competitive welfareism. It's a certain kind of welfareism. It is very much linked to direct benefit transfers and technology. It's very much linked to centralized party leadership. In Rajasthan, we saw Chief Minister Gehlot as the sort of champion of the welfare schemes, in position against Modi as the champion of welfare schemes in all the three states, and it is really in that form of personalized welfareism. The voter is at one level almost seeing the same thing, and it played out in different ways. So the sense one gets from Madhya Pradesh is that the pre-existing presence of welfare schemes, the Ladli scheme, for instance, which is a very popular one, as something that had already been implemented and received by the voter, played a role in tipping the edge away from the Congress's promised welfare schemes, which are of a very similar kind. In Rajasthan, I would say that most definitely Chief Minister Gehlot's welfareism was widespread. It was very popular. I spent a little bit of time in Rajasthan. I saw that. But in some senses, perhaps in the voters' mind, it didn't completely distinguish itself from Modi's welfare schemes as well. And then the local factors of factionalism within the Congress party and the larger popularity of the BJP and the hawa of a state that always changes its politics played into this trend. But I think the challenge with the broad point I want to make is that the challenge with competitive populism is welfare populism, is that it becomes hard for political parties to distinguish themselves from one another. There is a very clear political consensus, leaving other factors then to come into play into voter choices. The third point I wanted to make is on Hindutva. There is no question that Hindutva and welfareism come together, along with Prime Minister Modi's own personal popularity, come together to create a heady cocktail of electoral success. But the challenge, therefore, for the opposition is to be able to effectively articulate an alternative ideology. The soft Hindutva story that constantly gets played out, and we saw that definitely in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, is just not robust enough. I think there are some very important lessons to be learned from Karnataka's victory and Telangana's victory for the Congress on the urgency to clearly articulate a counterpoint to Hindutva and not play the soft game when convenient.
Right, and especially because the Karnataka victory has also had a spillover effect for the Congress party, Archana, in Telangana. Let's get in a quick word from Professor Mandal before we go across to Santya. Professor Mandal, I'd like to ask you about places where you think the Congress made a mistake in these state elections. If there is a cue for the larger India alliance to work together, work better, work harder against the ruling party, which would be the areas of lapses according to you? You're on mute, sir. All right. We seem to be losing that link, but we'll return to him. This happens during back-to-back election coverage. Let me get in Santya Gora, our correspondent who has been traveling the length and breadth of the country. Santya, over to you. Give us a sense of the big faces in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh. Who are the big contenders?
Right. So let's start with Rajasthan. And see, one thing which was common across the Hindi heartland when it came to BJP's strategy, that what the party did, it got its senior leadership, center leadership to contest assembly elections. Now talking about factors here, Rajasthan, let's start with the Congress factors first. I want to talk about Sachin Pilot factor and how it could have hampered BJP's Congress's chances. Sachin Pilot, who was expecting to become the chief minister after Congress's victory in 2018 didn't get his chance. So clearly, he was upset. After that, in 2020, the coup which he staged, he wasn't successful. After that, he staged a protest against his own government, demanding his government to take action against the corruption allegations which were against Vasundhara Raje government. But that didn't happen. So all these factors ensured that pilot camp was unhappy, and that led to Gujar votes being divided. So these are the seats which Sachin pilot factor impacted. Apart from that, Gehlot factor. So Gehlot, who was not really that visible during the Congress's 2018 campaign, he became the chief minister of the state. He somehow pulled the string, whatever influence he had in the high command, pulled it off. Another thing, when it came to distributing tickets this time, he was the one who insisted on repeating the MLAs. Parikshit, remember the Congress spokesperson we had during the afternoon, Ms. Paul, she also said that the distribution of tickets to the controversial MLAs could be one of the reasons why Congress lost Rajasthan. So, for example, Shanti Dharewal, who right now, as far as the trends till 5 p.m. are concerned, though he's leading from Kota, but he was that one person who said, what high command? Who is the high command? Who are the Gandhis? Despite that, Ashok Gehlot fought for him, got him a ticket. So that kind of sends a wrong message across the party lines, the supporters and even the voters, saying that Congress's house is not in order. Now, other factors, BJP big guns impact. Obviously, BJP had union ministers, MPs. These are the seats which were impacted. Now, talking about the big factors, Vasundhara Raje, because BJP was trying to sideline Vasundhara Raje. That's what the rumor is, at least, and that's why BJP brought all its big guns in Rajasthan as well. Talking about the important faces, Devji Patel. These are 5 p.m. trend as of 5 p.m. on Election Commission's website. Devji Patel, an MP, but he's trailing in Sanchor. Mahant Balaknath has already won Tijara. Mahant Balaknath is actually also a CM candidate. Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathod has won. Divya Kumari has won. Sachin Pilot for Congress has won Tonk. Talking about Madhya Pradesh, Shivraj Singh Chauhan is the star of the day. Other key leaders, Kailash Vijayvargiya is from BJP is leading. Narendra Singh Tomar is leading from Dimni. Prahlad Singh Patel from Narsinghpur. Fagan Singh Kulsate, who was brought for the tribal votes, as of now, he was trailing from Nivas. So these are the big people. BJP definitely is going to have a problem of surplus, and who is going to be the chief minister for Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh is going to be a key question for the Lotus Party. Parikshit.
All right. Thank you for that big update, Santya. And we will come back to you shortly to speak about Chhattisgarh and Telangana as well. And of course, Archana has a special report for us as far as Telangana goes because of Revant Reddy and what next that he really brings to the state. But let's go across to Professor Mondal once again, Archana. Professor Mondal, what we were trying to ask you is that which are the areas where you think the Congress will have to work better, work harder in the run-up to the general elections, the places where the India Alliance together will have to pull its weight?
I think from their own perspective, they need to get their house in order very soon, and they have to give the younger people more chances. I'm not really party insider of the Congress, and they will understand it better. Apart from that, from the perspective of the India Alliance, I think they have to have a more open mind, which probably so far they are having. I mean, without thinking very much about the fact that the Congress is the only glue of this quote-unquote India Alliance. They have to give spaces to the regional parties. And while saying this, I would like to, quite humbly differ with the political analysts that spoke before me, that Congress is more suited to fight the regional parties. I think that's not exactly happening, especially in case of Bengal, Bihar, while you think about the quote-unquote non-national party. I don't really call them the regional parties. The Congress is not really fighting the non-national party. I think the most important part that Congress has to play, they have to, I think, take on BJP like they have done in these 3-4 states. I think that is quite remarkable. As I mentioned, that this is perhaps the only brighter side, that all these four states have now become polarized between BJP and the Congress, and they need to capitalize on this, especially on their victory of Telangana and 6 months back the victory in Karnataka. But again, as they say, that nothing sweeter than the victory itself. I think I congratulate both BJP and the Congress on that. And on the issue of Hindutva, I really do not think that the people will vote only because of that particular issue, only because of Ram Mandir and other issues. Ultimately, you have to think about delivering to the people. The schemes, the direct cash benefits, those things I think matter. And when it comes to all those things, I think who better than Mamata Banerjee herself? And if you look at all the schemes like Ladli Behan and even Beti Bacha, Beti Padhao, this kind of schemes have been there in Bengal for the last, I think, 8-9 years. I think in that sense, Bengal has shown all these states the path. I mean, the kind of naming and especially capturing the women voters, especially catering to the women voters, and that's something that Mamata has been doing for the last 8-9 years, for with her Kanyaski scheme and the scheme made for all the girls and women. That needs to be kept in mind. Hindutva, I think, can only be a kind of veil to soothe your wounded ego at one point of time, but ultimately you need to deliver on the grounds to gain a vote. I think on that count, Chhattisgarh could be on the losing side. But Rajasthan, as you pointed out, Rajasthan is always a revolving chair, a revolving door, whatever you call it. But Chhattisgarh, I think there must be some bigger reasons behind that kind of a defeat.
Right, Mr. Manad, I'll request all our guests to stay with us. Let me get in our colleague Santya once again. Santya, the freebies, the welfare schemes had a very important role to play in this election. Come back in. You wanted to speak to some of our guests as well.
Thank you, Parikshit. So, yes, you are right. Welfare schemes played a key role. And as we were discussing, welfare schemes, this formula worked out very differently for, let's say, Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Ashok Gehlot. But what I want to talk about is I want to bring in Ms. Yamini Iyer. Ms. Iyer, what I want to ask you about is talking about Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra. Started in September 2022 and it ended in January 2023. Not that far from the elections. And at least two states, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, his massive presence was felt here. But do you think that factor didn't really play out because Congress was, depending a lot on Bharat Jodo Yatra, not just for a victory in these states, but also for a national victory, a national level victory, and also this Yatra was considered a step, a game changer to change Rahul Gandhi's perception, public perception. So why didn't Bharat Jodo Yatra work for Congress in these two states in these elections, Ms. Iyer?
Thanks. I'll answer that. But before that, I just wanted to reiterate or emphasize a point that the speaker before me made about the women voter. I think that's a very, very important element of what has shaped the dynamic of this election. And once we disaggregate the data, my suspicion is that we will see particularly younger female voters playing an important role in shaping the final outcome. So I think that all political parties have recognized the importance of the female voter and are wooing the female voter in different ways. Certainly in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, my sense is, and at least from some of the pre-polling data, one saw this to a degree, that there is a preference amongst women voters towards the BJP. And we saw that, as he pointed out rightly, in West Bengal, the female voter played a very, very important role in shaping the elections in West Bengal. So I think that's a really important factor that we should keep in mind in our analysis and understanding of the elections. To the question of Bharat Jodo Yatra, well, I mean, it's one of many things. And again, you'll see in some parts of India it worked and in some parts of India it didn't. So it's certainly not a deciding factor, but I think it played an important role in Telangana. It also played I would argue that it played a role to the extent that it mobilized the party cadres in Madhya Pradesh Pradesh, and particularly and in Rajasthan, where you did see a fairly strong attempt, at least, of party workers to work. Don't forget, Congress was often has zero base at one level when it comes to the ability to mobilize party cadres. And so I would say that, we have to take a nuanced approach. I don't think that one yatra in and of itself can be as powerful that it can turn the tide of an election, or that an election could hang on it, but it certainly mobilized the party cadres. And that's a very, very important role that it played. And I think that mattered. It certainly mattered significantly in changing the terms of the game in Telangana, and it mobilized party workers in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan to a degree, to a significant degree, I would say.
Right. Thank you, Yamini. We also have BJP's Asif Bhamla on the broadcast. Mr. Bhamla, thank you for making time and speaking to CNBC-TV18. Congratulations on the results that have come so far. I want to understand, and the big question on everyone's mind is, Kaun banega Mukhyamantri? Two states, there are a lot of suspense surrounding Madhya Pradesh. Will Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan make a comeback? And who's your CM pick in Rajasthan?
You see, thank you so much. Today has been a very good day for us. And as I said, Sangathan ki Mazbuti, and Modi magic, it's the Modi guarantee and Shashasan ki Niti, that has apparently won, it's pro-incumbency, you can say, with, of course, Madhya Pradesh now will be 19 years of our arrangement there. There's Vikas ki Lehr and Jan Kalyan and soft Hindutva and Jan Ganna was something which Congress tried and preached, but I think people realized this a little too early. But let me tell you, as far as the question that you put across, that who will be the chief minister, BJP is not a party which succumbs to pressures from local leaders. If you must have seen in Rajasthan, Vasundhara Raje is a very important leader. In Madhya Pradesh, of course, Shivraj Singh Chauhan is also an important leader. There were times when even they were not on the forefront. That doesn't mean that they were put to rest or they were not working. Okay, so the face of the campaign was just the face of the country, and that was the Yug Purush, that was Modi ji. So like in Rajasthan, if you see, when it goes to the Congress, it could not decide, because last time Sachin and Pilot had worked, and the blackmailing from Ashok Gehlot was so immense that till 5 years the fight went on, and they could not truce and fight it and come out with the solution. But with BJP, you never know till the last minute. They all have the cards up to the chest. So you never know who will be the chief minister. They could because we believe in the cadre. We believe in the workers. You see, if you know, when the elections were announced in Madhya Pradesh, the first meeting which the Honorable Prime Minister took was with the Panna Pramukhs and with the Booth Pramukhs in Madhya Pradesh. So we don't go from high to
point. So are you trying to say? Are you trying to say? We got a sense that Shivraj Singh Chauhan played a big role in this election. So it may not be Shivraj Singh Chauhan as a chief minister. You saying that within the BJP there is thinking that there could be another alternative? You fielded many of the union ministers in the Madhya Pradesh election as well.
You see, himself, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, of course, he has been a commendable leader. The Modi and Mamaji combination that has happened has been really, really, really magical, and it has really worked, as far as Shivraj Singh Chauhan is concerned. So there is no true doubt about it, about his capabilities, credentials. But then there are many other responsibilities also. I mean, in a party like Bharatiya Janata Party, we have many leaders. We have got Jyotir Scindia, they're also there. We've got other leaders also who've been cabinet ministers who were told to fight MLA elections, and they did not do this. It was like when Ashok Gehlot was told to come back to Delhi, he refused to that, you see. And now I hear suddenly of all of this, sudden that, that from the south, there is BJP is totally abstained, or it's totally not there, just the north in Hindi heartland. Who says so? So please, don't distinguish You've already, the Congress and the other party with the India alliances have already distributed on the basis of caste and creed, but at least geographically don't distribute the Bharatiya Janata Party, because let me tell you, wherever, even in the south, now as I said, in Karnataka, if you see, you will have...
Mr. Bamla, we have to take a short break. Right. We have to take a short break. I'll request you.
We have new leaders that are emerging,
Okay, we'll take a short break. We'll request all our guests, including Mr. Bamla, including Ms. Chakrabarti, Mr. Mondal, everyone, Yamini Iyer, to continue being with us. We're coming back after a short. Welcome back. You are watching Election Exchange, and we're talking about the victories for the BJP in the state of Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and of course, an important moment for the Congress party in Telangana. So that's an important state for them. So let's not write that victory off as well. We can tell you that Amit Shah, the Home Minister, has arrived at the BJP headquarters. The Prime Minister will also be addressing party workers there. We will be looking at that very, very closely. We have been telling you about the big losers and winners, but tomorrow is when we'll have a slew of meetings, Archana, that will take place at the headquarters, party headquarters across the country. And that's when we will get to know about the Chief Minister candidates as well. Before that, if we can play out for our viewers what R.K. Singh, the Power Minister, had to say. Remember, this is an important time for him as well. He would be heading to COP28, but before that, he spoke to Abhimanyu, our colleague, at the party headquarters. Let's listen in.
The BJP is all set to form governments in the states of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. To speak more about BJP's strategy and what this victory means for the party, we are joined by senior BJP leader and Union Minister, Mr. R.K. Singh. Sir, thanks for speaking with CNBC-TV18. Congratulations to the BJP for this massive victory. What are the reasons which you attribute behind this victory?
You see, I mean, we are the only party which puts the nation first, which puts the welfare of the poor first, which puts the development of the country and the state first. Other parties, they are family parties, whether it is Congress or whether it is whatever, whether it is RJD or whatever. They are family parties, and the by and large corruption is actually their hallmark. They loot the people. They loot, corruption is rife, rampant. And look at what happened in Chhattisgarh. You had this Mahadev app, etc. The principal secretary of Bhupesh Baghel is behind bars for 1 year. all that corruption, and they think that, just by playing either the minority card, vote bank politics or caste-based politics, they will win. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. And it's high time that all these people who are, playing the caste politics, dividing people on the basis of caste while, making money, all their days are numbered. This election proves it. The election in 2014 proved this, election in 2019 proved this, and this election proves it.
But also the fact that this will possibly also mean a lot of developments and possibly deliberations on several issues which the opposition has raised, be it the India alliance, be it the caste census or several freebies. What does this mean?
You see, this message, had not sunk in. Now it will sink in. That these people are not going to get taken in by these ploys. Caste-based politics, they'll not get taken in by. What they want is actual sincere work to develop the state, to develop the country, and to help the poor. That's what they want. They want development, and they want honest administration. So corrupt people don't have a chance. This is that message. So if you are, you look at the message across the board, whether it is even Kamal Nath in Madhya Pradesh, his government was marked by systematic corruption, and the people remember. It was one word, even Gehlot, the Red Diary, Chhattisgarh, the Mahadev app. You say the people remember it, the people know it, it won't work.
Exit polls, many of them have been proven wrong. The BJP is on the verge of a two-third majority in Madhya Pradesh. Yes. Also, it's a significant margin in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. Yes. In Telangana also, there is a gain in vote share as well as number of seats. What kind of growth strategy do you envisage? Because we look the fact that Congress is going to form the government in Telangana now. The BJP is looking to expand its footprint beyond North India. What is going to be the strategy for
people in Telangana, etc., Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, they will also, I think, rally around the BJP. Because, as I said, we are the only party which aims at giving clean administration, devoted to making the country developed and devoted to making the country strong and devoted to upliftment of the poor.
My final question to you, as we approach 2024 elections, would the BJP be courting potential allies in several states where its footprint has not been as big as it is in North India?
Different parties in different states, they'll all be wanting to tie up with the BJP. And actually, it's they who will come and say, we want to ally with you. But basically the faith of the people is now clear. The faith of the people is with us, is with the BJP.
Sir, any word on the increase in vote share and what it means particularly?
Huge. You see, the message has gone across that the old way of doing politics which Lalu Yadav and Nitish Kumar had, that's done. It's finished. And the faster they realize it, the better.
All right, so that was an important voice, Archana R.K. Singh, the Union Minister, speaking to Abhimanyu, telling him what this really means for the BJP. And as we were talking earlier, what all has worked for the BJP? Well, it would be like we discussed, smart politics, the right choice of leaders on the ground. Of course, you've got the BJP leader, Amit Shah, the Union Minister, working very hard on the ground, making sure that the political strategy is absolutely right. And of course, people do see a national leader, a strong national leader in Prime Minister Modi. And still, when it comes to opposition, at a national level, you have a face lacking.
Yes.
But surprisingly, in these state elections, people have chosen, even for issues, they've chosen to vote for the BJP, especially these three key states. But what about Telangana, the man of the match there?
Yes, let's talk about the man of the match in Telangana. It is Mr. Revant Reddy, the state Congress chief, the front runner, as many are saying, he's the front runner for the CM's post, who snatched a massive victory from the Bharat Rashtra Samiti or the BRS. He is backed by Rahul Gandhi and party president Mallikarjun Kharge. Revant Reddy started with the ABVP as a student, then moved on to the Telugu Desam party. He quit the TDP after his name emerged in the cash for vote case and then joined the Congress in 2017. He was seen as an outsider in the party, in the Congress, and a lot of people did not like his entry. Then the 15-year-old Reddy, a two-time MLA, he currently represents Malkajgiri seat in Lok Sabha, and in the current assembly elections, he's fighting from two seats, Kodangal and Kamareddy. He's won the Kodangal seat, but the Kamareddy seat he's lost to the BJP candidate. Now, despite facing rebellion within the party, Reddy stayed focused, conducted rallies, public meetings and protests, positioning himself as a strong and direct competitor against Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao. He took his fight directly to the Chief Minister, attacked his family, accused him of corruption, accused his family of corruption. And as I was talking about his political career, he took on the role of state president from the old-timer Uttam Kumar Reddy in 2021. Now, many believe that his Padyatra that he undertook in February became a turning point. He established a strong connection with the masses and party workers. He was accessible and available to people, and that worked in favor because, Parikshit, a lot of people thought that KCR was a farmhouse chief minister. Remember, similar allegations were laid against Amrinder Singh also in Punjab, that these chief ministers are not available, they only stay in their fancy posh homes and don't talk to people. And Mr. Reddy campaigned not only in his home constituencies, but also addressed rallies across the state. He reached out to disgruntled leaders from other parties, brought them into the Congress fold, and he also succeeded the Congress leadership to give these people tickets despite facing opposition within the party. So it was a one-man show within the Congress in Telangana. The Congress party seemed down and out in Telangana, and as you mentioned at the start of the broadcast, that it was basically excited after its victory in Karnataka. And that infused new life into the party. It capitalized on the anti-incumbency factor. The Congress denied the Bharat Rashtra Samiti a hat-trick, and all eyes are on this gentleman, Revant Reddy, who's often used personal tragedies and he's used those attacks. So he once said that when he was arrested, he was not able to attend his daughter's wedding. And he has this capability, his talent, or whatever you want to call it, to connect with masses. He's known as this firebrand politician who knows how to play his cards right. On this architect of Congress's victory in Telangana, I want to get a word from the Congress spokesperson here. How do you see Revant Reddy's role in Telangana? We've seen the 3 upsets in 3 different states, but in Telangana, the Congress has denied the BRS a hat-trick. A lot of people were expecting the Congress to stun the BRS, but tell us more about Revant Reddy and how he has changed the game for you in the state.
Well, I think Revant Reddy is definitely, as you described him, he is a firebrand politician, and he's a great organizational man. He has been working at the grassroots level. He has enthused the cadre base in Telangana. He has rebuilt the organization because I think if you go by the past couple of elections, both at the assembly level, and we did slightly better in terms of vote share in the last Lok Sabha election as compared to the assembly election. But our performance was not that great. So Revant Reddy, and we could feel it within the Congress party in the past 1 year, we could feel it, more than 1 year, we could feel it that there's something happening in Telangana, and there is a lot of support that is coming, and there's a lot of anti-incumbency against the BRS. And the anti-BRS votes are not going to the BJP, as section of media would have wanted us to believe. But a lot of those anti-BRS votes and support were coming to Congress party back. So I think Revant Reddy had worked very hard at the grassroots level, at the organization level, had built up the cadre base, and today we are seeing the result because of that. Along with it, of course, the Congress manifesto and the Congress 6 guarantees that were being launched by none other than Madam Sonia Gandhi, who went there and launched the Congress guarantees. The fact that out of the guarantees that were given in Karnataka, 5 of those guarantees had been already fulfilled and implemented. So we had a track record. We have started giving out guarantees from the Himachal Pradesh state election, and we have fulfilled some of those guarantees as well. So we went with the track record of Himachal Pradesh and Karnataka. And we gave a manifesto which was people-oriented, which talk about people issues and not about communal politics. And it definitely got us that traction from the masses of Telangana. And right. We had a credible face. Of course, we fought the election under combined leadership. There were other state leaders as well. And there was a huge section of leaders from AICC as well as the neighboring state of Karnataka who went there to help in. And it definitely helped. But under this combined leadership, definitely a lot of credit goes to the PCC president, Mr. Revant Reddy, who worked tirelessly to make this happen.
Got it. So, Meeta, in a line, could you, in a word, just yes or no, could you confirm whether he's going to be the next Chief Minister of Telangana?
So we have a process after the election. The legislative party meets up, and there's already been a declaration from AICC that who the conveners of that meeting would be. So there is a team that has flown Telangana, and the MLAs will elect the leader of the legislative party. The same process will be followed, and the final decision is always taken by the AICC High Command based on the feedback that is provided from the meeting of the legislative party.
All right, we're getting some updates right now. We should tell our viewers about where some of the key candidates are right now. Not good news for T.S. Singhdev. He seems to be on the losing side right now, while the official result is yet to be declared. As of now, it's looking as if he is losing or has lost the election by about 157 or 160 votes. So that was a very, very thin margin for the Deputy Chief Minister, T.S. Singhdev. As far as Bhupen Singh Baghel is concerned, the sitting Chief Minister, the Election Commission is saying that he is leading by 19,000 votes. Let me go across now to Sandhya Gora. Sandhya, we're also picking up that the Prime Minister's live address at the BJP headquarters is going to begin at 7. But before that, a word on T.S. Singhdev.
Yes, Parikshit, a key leader in Chhattisgarh and a very prominent tribal leader. He actually has a very good hold on the tribal belt of Chhattisgarh, especially the northern part and some influence in the southern part of the state as well. Now, in 2018, when the tribal people voted, the vote was very unified, the support was very unified. T.S. Singhdev, T.S. enjoyed a big, majority there. But when he did not get the CM position, that is something which not just disappointed him, but the people as well. A party's infighting impacts the voting pattern of the people as well, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to see a united front by those people who are governing the state so that they can work for the welfare of the people. So these kind of infightings definitely cost parties their seats, the states, in fact, country as well. Now, one thing which I want to talk about is, Parikshit, as you were also talking about it, and you asked Mr. Bhamla a question, I want to follow it up. Mr. Bhamla, I want to rope you in, and I want to talk to you about your statement which you made while answering my colleague Parikshit's question. You said that BJP has a long list of candidates and long list of leaders, clearly, but you also mentioned Jyotiraditya Scindia's name. So, do you think, or are you conveying it to us here on CNBC-TV18 that Jyotiraditya Scindia is a possible CM candidate for the BJP? Yes, for this question, yes or no? And another question which I want to add to this is, what will it mean for the other MPs? Will BJP repeat what it did in Tripura with Pratima Bhaumik and send these MPs back to the centre, or will these people continue to serve the people of the MP in the state? Mr. Bhamla.
I want to first rebut to the Congress spokesperson's statements that by showing the footprint of Karnataka, Himachal, and Rajasthan, maybe they possibly could win Telangana. Let me tell you, Telangana victory was purely because of the fatigue there. People wanted a change there. Of course, we have to give it to the Congress. It is a silver lining for the Congress today in the form of Telangana, and victory is definitely a victory. But there is nothing extraordinary to this victory, because people mentally did come out for a change there, and they perhaps we could not garner so much there, and of course with all of that we will learn, and we will there will be an introspection, and you will see that the next election there also the Bharatiya Janata Party will come out in flying color. So it's not that people know that what promises were committed in Karnataka in terms of the prices for the gas cylinders, they committed all of that, freebies and all of that, the reveries and all of that, and then after the elections it all apparently changed. So these sort of commitments are not the commitments which people will buy anymore. And if they have to buy, they would have bought it apart from Telangana also in the 3 other states where they were very expecting. You saw Madhya Pradesh. There was such an incumbency that all the media and all the reports said that the BJP has no chance to win. But we won it and how? With a thumping majority. So their footprint has only exhibited corruption in whichever states they have ruled in, because their agenda is very, very simple. Till you're there, you make the most, because you never know tomorrow what happens. But anyway, your question is towards who would be the chief ministerial candidate for Madhya Pradesh. And if the MLAs one could again fight, as I said. Anybody could be the chief ministerial candidate. Maybe they could be a fresh face also when there are too big faces. You saw in Gujarat also. I mean, instances like that in a place like that. So that could be, and if required, these candidates who have fought would also be, sent back to the center. So that's nothing new as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned. And there is no harm in doing so. They proved their mettle and mandate in an assembly constituency within their Lok Sabha Kshetra. But let me tell you, in this election, there was one more thing that helped us: the moral poverty of calling Narendra Modi ji, our honorable Prime Minister, a Panvati. You see, that is something which the people have really answered. So now the reality is that who is the real Panvati? And you see, by doing a Bharat Jodo Yatra, you see, you can't fight with a well-oiled machinery of the Bharatiya Janata Party, which works all the time, 24/7. It's always
Mr. Bamla, we are going to come to you in a bit.
Mode.
Mr. Bamla, we're getting pictures now from the BJP headquarters. The Prime Minister has arrived there. The carcade, as you can see, the SPG, whole host of media persons. There's a huge contingent. There must be hundreds of cameras there today, Archana. And this is the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Marg that we're talking about in New Delhi, the new BJP headquarters. The Prime Minister has arrived. He is going to address party workers in a short while from now, in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, a very important victory for the party in these 3 states, setting the tone for the general elections as well. But as we've always said, different issues play out at the general election. But clearly, lots to think for the Congress party. Here, the BJP and Amit Shah, the Home Minister, also Party Chief JP Nadda and the Prime Minister are going to give out an inspiring message to party workers on the road ahead and what's really worked for the BJP. Archana.
Yes, that is true. And this is one speech that party workers look forward to, Parikshit. And we've seen this template over the years that the same day whenever BJP registers a victory, Prime Minister Modi addresses the Karyakartas and lauds their contribution towards the party's success. Meanwhile, we are getting these visuals. There's another important update that's come in. Former Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has tendered his resignation to Governor Kalraj Mishra. He's conceded defeat in Rajasthan. So that is also a big update that we are getting to learn. And on your screens now are the visuals from the national capital, where Prime Minister Modi has arrived at the BJP headquarters. And in a short while from now, he will address the BJP workers. Remember, BJP has registered victory in 3 of the 4 states. Remember, Mizoram, the numbers we'll get tomorrow, although Mizoram also polled in these assembly elections, but due to some reasons, the numbers will come out tomorrow. So out of 5, the results for 4 states have been declared. BJP is set to form the government in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, whereas Congress is going to form the government in Telangana.
Right. We spoke about Revanth Reddy a short while back, but one Reddy we're forgetting is K. Venkatraman Reddy. Archana, the BJP candidate from Telangana's Kama Reddy constituency. He's been a giant slayer for the BJP, actually defeating both the BRS and Congress CM candidates. So Revanth Reddy was fighting from two seats. He's lost this one. He's K. Chandrasekhar Rao has also been defeated here. So his importance within the BJP is going to rise a lot of times. And just to tell our viewers who he is, well, he's a former Zilla Parishad chairman and the BJP fielded him in the undivided Nizamabad district Kamareddy constituency. This is a bastion of the Chief Minister KCR. He's a 12th grade educated and has completed his intermediate in mathematics, physics and chemistry. He has declared assets worth more than 7 crores. He's also a businessman, we're told. But of course, he will be someone very, very important to look out to. So maybe, Archana, you can then compare both the Reddys in a short while from now. Absolutely. But once again, focusing on the party headquarters. Yes,
and not just Mr. Reddy, but let's also talk about the Chief Minister, K. Chandrasekhar Rao. He was the face of the agitation when Andhra Pradesh was being bifurcated. And imagine him losing not just his chair, but his seat as well. It is a massive setback because he was the man who was set out to pursue his national ambitions. His party was known as TRS, and then he made it into BRS. From Telangana Rashtra Samiti, he made it Bharat Rashtra Samiti in order to project himself as a national phenomenon. But it is going to be a major setback, if I may say so, to his national ambitions as well. We can see Prime Minister Modi walking towards this stage on this very, very special day for the BJP and him, because in most of the states, he was the face of assembly elections. Assembly elections are fought on the plank of local issues, local faces. But what we have seen in the past is that BJP has used this template of not projecting a face, but relying completely on Prime Minister Modi's agendas, Prime Minister Modi's face, Prime Minister Modi's promises, and Prime Minister Modi's brand.
Those were important views, Archana, and we can see all the leaders on stage right now. You can see JP Nadda, you can see Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well. What is the BJP really attributing this to? Today, all the party workers, the party spokespersons have been told that this is a mandate for Modi guarantee and double engine ki sarkar. Yes. This is what the BJP is attributing this victory to. This shows that the Prime Minister, the BJP has shown his governance skills and proven time and again that BJP and the Prime Minister really walk the talk. Again, on the question on whether and who will be the Chief Minister in all these states, the BJP has taken a conscious decision to say that the reason why this question is being asked over and again is because of the dynastic rule of the Congress party and the way they have always behaved when it comes to election victories. Whereas in the BJP, decisions taken with the consensus of all and unanimously accepted by all as well. In fact, Dr. Jitendra Singh, the Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office, said the important factor that's emerging is that the Prime Minister has sought to introduce a new political culture in the country, which, unlike in the past, is above caste, creed and vote bank consideration. They have focused on a lot of welfare schemes. Yes. Archana, we saw a lot of welfare schemes for the tribals, and the tribals are a huge vote bank. In some of the states, almost 20 to 25% of the vote bank. And welfare schemes like Ujjwala, the PM Awas Yojana, went to those who needed them the most. So clearly in the run-up to general election, we will be seeing implementation of these schemes towards saturation and also more welfare measures and also greater communication of these welfare schemes as well.
Also, Parikshit, this is also a verdict. All right, BJP President JP Nadda is speaking at the moment.
आज इस कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित भारत के रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह जी, गृह मंत्री जी श्री अमित भाई शाह जी और यहां इतनी बड़ी संख्या में एकत्र आए भारतीय जनता पार्टी के बहुत ही जुझारू कार्यकर्ता बंधु और मीडिया के मेरे साथी, प्रिंट मीडिया और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया के मेरे साथी, आज यह हमारा सौभाग्य है कि जब 4 विधानसभाओं के नतीजे आए हैं तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने आदरणीय मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में एक बहुत बड़ी जीत हासिल की है, बहुत बड़ी जीत हासिल की है। ऐसे खुशगवार समय में मैं अपनी ओर से और आप सब लोगों की ओर से और लाखों करोड़ों कार्यकर्ता जो डिजिटल के माध्यम से और टेलीविजन के माध्यम से जुड़े हैं, उन सब की ओर से आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का इस कार्यक्रम में आने पर हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूं और स्वागत करता हूं। जब हम प्रधानमंत्री जी का अभिनंदन करते हैं तो दिल से उनको हम धन्यवाद भी देते हैं, और हम धन्यवाद इसलिए देते हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी जब भी कोई चुनाव लड़ती है, चाहे वो प्रदेश का चुनाव हो, चाहे वो देश का चुनाव हो, चाहे काल कोई भी अनुकूल हो या प्रतिकूल हो, आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने हमेशा सबसे आगे बढ़ करके नेतृत्व को संभाला है और हमेशा उस चैलेंज को पूरा किया है। He has always led the campaign from the front, और उन्होंने अथक प्रयास, अथक मेहनत और संगठन और चुनाव के राजनीति और रणनीति की छोटी छोटी बारीकियों से लेकर उससे निकलने वाले नतीजे तक का खुद ध्यान रखते हुए चुनाव को इस मुकाम तक पहुंचाया है, और एक नहीं अनेकों चुनाव को पहुंचाया है। ऐसे हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी हैं। मित्रों, ये जो संदेश इस चुनाव के नतीजों ने दिया है वो स्पष्ट बताता है कि देश ने समझ लिया है कि अगर कोई गांव को मजबूती दे सकता है तो वो प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी दे सकते हैं। चुनाव के नतीजों ने स्पष्ट संदेश दे दिया है कि अगर कोई गांव, गरीब, वंचित, पीड़ित, शोषित, आदिवासी भाई, अनुसूचित जाति का भाई, इनको कोई सम्मान के साथ मुख्य धारा में ला सकता है तो वो और कोई नहीं, भारत के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी हैं। और इसीलिए चाहे महिलाओं का सशक्तिकरण हो, चाहे किसान को सम्मान देने की बात हो, चाहे युवाओं की आकांक्षाओं और आशाओं को आगे बढ़ाने का, उनके सपनों को साकार करने का काम हो, वो सबको अगर विश्वास है तो आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के ऊपर है, जिनके माध्यम से वो आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। मित्रों, मैं यहां आपको यह भी कहना चाहता हूं, अभी नारे लग रहे थे मोदी जी की गारंटी, मोदी जी की गारंटी। ये चुनाव इस बात को भी स्पष्ट इंगित करता है कि देश में अगर किसी की गारंटी है तो एक ही गारंटी है, वो मोदी जी की गारंटी है। और यह चुनाव के नतीजे एक और संदेश देते हैं जो स्पष्ट है कि मोदी है तो, मोदी जी है तो, ये स्पष्ट हम सबको देखने को मिलता है। मित्रों, यह चुनाव एक और बात का संदेश देते हैं, और तुष्टीकरण। ये जिस तरीके से इंडिया अलायंस ने जातिवाद फैलाने की कोशिश की, जिस तरीके से समाज को खंडित करने की कोशिश की, जिस तरीके से देश को बांटने की कोशिश की और तुष्टीकरण की, वोट बैंक की राजनीति को आगे बढ़ाने का काम किया, इन दोनों पर मोदी जी का विकास का पलड़ा भारी पड़ा है, यह भी हमको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए। और देश ने विकास को आगे रख करके इन चुनाव के नतीजों पर मोहर लगाई है, यह भी हमको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए। मैं यहां यह भी कहना चाहता हूं, आज ये इंडिया अलायंस इनको नया नया शौक, नया नया जोश, नया नया नारा, ओबीसी 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 की चिंता नहीं हुई। ये नए नए लोग, ये इंडिया अलायंस के लोग, ये कांग्रेस के लोग घड़ियाली आंसू बहाकर ओबीसी का नारा लगाते हैं। ये भूल जाते हैं कि देश को ओबीसी का प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी हैं, तो प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ओबीसी के प्रधानमंत्री रहे हैं। और सबके समाज का सबका विकास करने का प्रण लेकर, सबको साथ लेकर, सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास, इसको आगे बढ़ाने का काम किया है। लेकिन कांग्रेस के लोग प्रधानमंत्री जी पर जिस तरीके से इस चुनाव में भद्दी टिप्पणियां की, जो न ही सिर्फ असंसदीय थी, न ही सिर्फ वो एक तरीके से बहुत ही निम्न स्तर की थी, ऐसी टिप्पणी की कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने, जिसको सार्वजनिक मंच से दोहराना भी मुश्किल होता है। ऐसी भद्दी टिप्पणियां प्रधानमंत्री जी पर की। क्या उस समय उनको ध्यान में नहीं था कि ये मोदी जी को गाली देने का मतलब ओबीसी को गाली देना है, पिछड़ी जाति को गाली देना है? ये उस समय उनके ध्यान में नहीं था क्या? और एक और नेता पैदा हुए, मैं ना माफी मांगू, मैं ना माफी मांगू, यानी रस्सी जल गई, बल नहीं गया है, बल नहीं गया है। और ये चुनाव के नतीजे ऐसे नेताओं का बल एक बार नहीं, अनेकों बार बल खत्म करते हैं, वो भी हमको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए। मैं प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी और आपके बीच में, क्योंकि हम सब लोग उनको सुनने के लिए आए, मैं बहुत देर नहीं रहना चाहता, लेकिन यहां पर इस मंच से भारतीय जनता पार्टी के अध्यक्ष के रूप में मैं भारत की जनता, राजस्थान की जनता, मध्य प्रदेश की जनता, तेलंगाना की जनता, छत्तीसगढ़ की जनता को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं, उनके आशीर्वाद के लिए, उनके समर्पण के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं। ये मतदाता ही परमेश्वर होता है, वही फैसला करता है, वही आशीर्वाद देता है, और कोटि कोटि उनको धन्यवाद जिन्होंने बड़ी संख्या में आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व को आशीर्वाद देकर के ये सफलता दिलाई है। इसके लिए उनको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। मैं इसके साथ साथ मेरे सामने बैठे कार्यकर्ता, हमारे नेता, हमारे अध्यक्ष और आपसे जुड़े हुए और टेलीविजन के माध्यम से जुड़े हुए हमारे लाखों कार्यकर्ताओं को भी मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं, जिन्होंने इस चुनाव को मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में पूरी ताकत के साथ लड़ा और यशस्वी हुए हैं। उसके लिए भी मैं उनको धन्यवाद देता हूं। मेरे से अक्सर पत्रकार पूछते थे, रणनीति क्या है, रणनीति क्या है? मैं बार बार बोलता था, रणनीति पर्दे का विषय होता है और रणनीति समय पर ही खुलती है। मेरे कार्यकर्ताओं ने इस रणनीति को, जो बारीकियां संगठन ने बताई थी, उनको बखूबी धरती पर उतारा है और हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं ने दिन रात जमीन पर जाकर मेहनत की और जो वातावरण बना, उस वातावरण को वोट में बदलने में उन्होंने बहुत बड़ा योगदान किया है। इसलिए मैं अपने कार्यकर्ताओं को भी बधाई देता हूं, उनको धन्यवाद देता हूं। चुनाव के नतीजों ने स्पष्ट कर दिया है कि समाज के किसी एक इलाके का हमको वोट नहीं मिला, समाज के किसी एक वर्ग का वोट नहीं मिला, समाज के किसी एक जाति का वोट नहीं मिला। हमें मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में सभी जातियों का, सभी वर्गों का और सभी इलाकों का आशीर्वाद मिला। इस बात को भी हमको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए। इसलिए यह जीत सही तरीके से सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास, इसको आगे बढ़ाने का काम है। मैं अपने कार्यकर्ताओं को पुनः धन्यवाद भी देता हूं, बधाई भी देता हूं। दिन नहीं, हफ्ते नहीं, उन्होंने महीनों अपना घर छोड़ करके पार्टी के लिए बूथ पर जाकर के काम करके इस योजना को आगे बढ़ाया, सफल किया। इसके लिए मैं उनको बधाई देता हूं। मित्रों, मैं जानता हूं आपके साथ साथ मैं भी प्रधानमंत्री जी को सुनने के लिए आतुर हूं, इसलिए आपके और उनके बीच में ज्यादा समय न रहता हुआ पुनः प्रधानमंत्री जी को स्वागत करता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं, धन्यवाद देता हूं और मैं निवेदन करता हूं आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी से कि वो हम सब का मार्गदर्शन करें और हमारे को आगे का रास्ता बताएं। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी।
भारत माता की आवाज तेलंगाना तक पहुंचनी चाहिए। भारत माता की, भारत माता की। आज की विजय ऐतिहासिक है, अभूतपूर्व है। आज सबका साथ, सबका विकास की भावना जीती है। आज विकसित भारत के आह्वान की जीत हुई है। आज आत्मनिर्भर भारत के संकल्प की जीत हुई है। आज वंचितों को वरीयता के विचार की जीत हुई है। आज भारत के विकास के लिए राज्यों का विकास, इस सोच की जीत हुई है। आज ईमानदारी, पारदर्शिता और सुशासन की जीत हुई है। मैं इस मंच से सभी मतदाताओं को आदरपूर्वक नमन करता हूं। मध्य प्रदेश, राजस्थान और छत्तीसगढ़ के लोगों ने भाजपा पर भरपूर स्नेह दिखाया है। तेलंगाना में भी बीजेपी के प्रति समर्थन लगातार बढ़ रहा है। ये हम सभी का सौभाग्य है जब अपने परिवारजनों से इतना प्यार मिलता है, विश्वास मिलता है, तो मैं व्यक्तिगत रूप से अनुभव करता हूं कि मेरी जिम्मेदारी और अधिक बढ़ जाती है। आज भी मेरे मन में यही भाव है मैं अपनी माताओं, बहनों, बेटियों के सामने, मैं अपने युवा साथियों के सामने, मैं अपने किसान भाई बहनों के सामने, मैं अपने गरीब परिवारों के सामने, उन्होंने जो निर्णय, जो बढ़ चढ़ करके समर्थन दिया है, इसके लिए मैं उनके सामने नतमस्तक हूं। इस चुनाव में देश को जातियों में बांटने की बहुत कोशिशें हुई, लेकिन मैं लगातार कह रहा था कि मेरे लिए देश में 4 जातियां ही सबसे बड़ी जातियां हैं। और जब मैं इन 4 जातियों की बात करता हूं, हमारी नारी शक्ति, हमारी युवा शक्ति, हमारे किसान और हमारे गरीब परिवार, इन 4 जातियों को सशक्त करने से ही देश सशक्त होने वाला है। आज बड़ी संख्या में हमारे ओबीसी साथी इसी वर्ग से आते हैं। आज बड़ी संख्या में हमारे आदिवासी साथी इसी वर्ग में आते हैं। और इन चुनावों में इन चारों जातियों ने भाजपा की योजनाओं और भाजपा के रोड मैप को लेकर बहुत उत्साह दिखाया है। आज हर गरीब कह रहा है वो खुद जीता है। आज हर वंचित के मन में भावना है कि चुनाव वह खुद जीता है। आज हर किसान यही कहता है, ये चुनाव हर किसान जीता है। आज हर आदिवासी भाई बहन ये सोचकर खुश है कि उसने जिसे वोट दिया वो विजय उसकी अपनी है। आज हर फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर बड़े गर्व के साथ कह रहा है कि मेरा पहला वोट मेरे विजय का कारण बना है। इसी जीत में हर महिला अपनी जीत देख रही है। इसी जीत में बेहतर भविष्य का सपना देखने वाला हर युवा अपनी जीत देख रहा है। हर वो नागरिक इसे अपनी सफलता समझ रहा है जो 2047 में भारत को एक विकसित राष्ट्र देखना चाहता है। साथियों, मैं आज विशेष रूप से देश की नारी शक्ति का अभिनंदन करूंगा। रैलियों में मैं अक्सर कहता था कि इन चुनावों में नारी शक्ति ये ठान कर निकली है कि भाजपा का परचम लहराएगी। और जब देश की नारी शक्ति किसी का सुरक्षा कवच बन जाए तो कैसी भी ताकत उसे नुकसान नहीं पहुंचा सकती। आज नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम ने देश की माताओं, बहनों, बेटियों के मन में नया विश्वास जगाया है। आज देश की हर महिला में ये भरोसा जगा है कि भाजपा सरकार में उनकी सक्रिय भागीदारी को नई बुलंदी मिलने वाली है। आज हर बहन बेटी को साफ साफ लगता है कि बीजेपी ही नारी गरिमा, नारी सम्मान, नारी सुरक्षा की सबसे बड़ी गारंटी है। उन्होंने देखा है कि बीते 10 वर्षों में भाजपा ने उन तक टॉयलेट, बिजली, गैस, नल से जल, बैंक में खाते, ऐसी बुनियादी सुविधाएं पहुंचाने के लिए कितनी ईमानदारी से काम किया है। आज वो देख रही है कि कैसे बीजेपी घर परिवार में, समाज में उनकी आर्थिक भागीदारी बढ़ाने के लिए उन्हें रोजगार, स्वरोजगार के नए अवसर देने के लिए निरंतर काम कर रही है। नारी शक्ति का विकास बीजेपी के विकास मॉडल का एक महत्वपूर्ण स्तंभ भी है और इसलिए इन चुनावों में महिलाओं ने, बहनों, बेटियों ने एक प्रकार से भाजपा के विजय की पूरी जिम्मेवारी अपने हाथ में उठा ली थी और भरपूर आशीर्वाद दिया है। मैं आज पूरी विनम्रता से देश की हर बहन बेटी को यही कहूंगा कि आपसे जो वायदा बीजेपी ने किए हैं वो 100% पूरे किए जाएंगे और ये मोदी की गारंटी है। और मोदी की गारंटी यानी गारंटी पूरा होने की गारंटी। साथियों, चुनाव नतीजों ने एक और बात स्पष्ट की है। देश का युवा सिर्फ और सिर्फ विकास चाहता है। जहां भी सरकारों ने युवाओं के खिलाफ काम किया है वो सरकारें सत्ता से बाहर हुई है। चाहे राजस्थान हो, छत्तीसगढ़ हो या तेलंगाना हो, ये सारी सरकारें पेपर लीक और भर्ती घोटालों के आरोपों में गिरी हुई थी। परिणाम ये हुआ कि इन तीनों ही राज्यों में सत्ता में बैठे दल अब सरकार से बाहर है। आज देश के युवा में ये भरोसा लगातार बढ़ रहा है कि बीजेपी ही उसकी आकांक्षाएं समझती है, उसके लिए काम करती है। देश का युवा ये जानता है कि बीजेपी की सरकार युवा हितैषी होती है, युवाओं के लिए नए अवसर बनाने वाली होती है। साथियों, आज देश का आदिवासी समाज भी अब खुलकर अपनी बात रख रहा है। ये वो आदिवासी समाज है जो कांग्रेस की नीतियों की वजह से 7 दशक तक पीछे रहा, जिसे अवसर नहीं दिए गए। इनकी जनसंख्या आज 10 करोड़ के आसपास है। हमने गुजरात के चुनाव परिणामों में भी ये देखा है, जिस कांग्रेस ने आदिवासी समाज को कभी पूछा तक नहीं, उस आदिवासी समाज ने कांग्रेस का सफाया कर दिया। यही भावना आज हमने एमपी, छत्तीसगढ़ और राजस्थान में भी देखी है। इन राज्यों की आदिवासी अंचल की सीटों पर कांग्रेस का सुपड़ा साफ हो गया है। आदिवासी समाज आज विकास के लिए आकांक्षी है और उन्हें भरोसा है कि इस आकांक्षा को सिर्फ और सिर्फ भाजपा सरकार ही पूरा कर सकती है। मेरे परिवारजनों, मैं आज हर राज्य के भाजपा कार्यकर्ताओं की भी सराहना करूंगा, भूरी भूरी प्रशंसा करूंगा।